Hello and welcome to Money Markets and More with me, Dominic Frisby. And before we get started on today's piece, if you should happen to be in the Scottish neck of the woods this August, I am doing one of my lectures with funny bits at the Edinburgh Fringe this year. And this one is about gold, and it's got Greek gods, heists, interstellar collisions, and Nazis. What more could you want in a show, except possibly Vikings? I am not sure. And it's from August the 4th to the 20th at 2 p.m, and it's some highbrow mind food with which to start your day. So please come if you're in town, and I'll put a link where you can get tickets in the description. Plus, it is in the room in which Adam Smith completed Wealth of Nations. So lots of history. As I say, I'll put a link to buy tickets in the description. So today's piece is all about the power of cider vinegar and the dangers of Ozempic. Now, a number of people I know have started using Ozempic. This is the drug otherwise known as Wegovy, beloved by the likes of Elon Musk, sorry I've got hay fever, and Jeremy Clarkson, that suppresses your appetite, so enabling you to lose weight. And not only does it suppress your appetite, it actually turns you off food. Now, I've been overweight in the past, and I get how hard it is to shed pounds. It takes a lot of time, effort, persistence. It can be deeply demoralising, particularly when you plateau, and you can become quite desperate. So I get why so many are taking the apparently easy Ozempic route, but I worry about it. Because we don't yet know what the side effects are, but I would wager that in a few years' time, as so often is the way, we're going to discover all sorts of nasty, unintended consequences. And this is from the company's own site. It says, Ozempic may cause serious side effects, including possible thyroid tumours, including cancer. Tell your healthcare provider if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, hoarseness, trouble swallowing, or shortness of breath. These may be symptoms of thyroid cancer. In studies with rodents, Ozempic and medicines that work like Ozempic caused thyroid tumours, including thyroid cancer. Now, that last sentence, in studies with rats, Ozempic caused thyroid tumours. But what's more, as soon as you stop taking Ozempic, you're going to put all the weight back on that you've lost, and probably more. It can only be a temporary solution. And lastly, people who've taken Ozempic and lost weight, they don't actually look that good. They look a bit weird. So why take the risk when there is a much more healthy and natural alternative? An alternative that is also much cheaper, but nobody is pushing it because there are not big pharma bucks with patents behind it. And that alternative is cider vinegar. And if you're considering Ozempic, please give cider vinegar a week's trial. It'll save you money, and it may well save your health as well. So, in September 2021, I was the wrong side of 90 kilos. That's over 14 stone, 200 pounds. And I should really use stones and pounds on point of principle, especially having given my lecture on weights and measures, but my scales default to metric. But metric or imperial, this was too much for a man of 5'9", which is what I am. None of the diets I tried were working, so I went back to a diet that had worked in the past, intermittent fasting, specifically the 5-2 diet. And I set myself a goal of 75 kilos, 11 stone 8, 165 pounds. And I set that goal without ever thinking I would reach it. But about 14 months later, last November, I hit 77 kilos. So I was about 2 kilos off, 4 or 5 pounds off the target. I'll put a link in the description to where I describe the diet. But sod's law being what it is, I ended up putting on about 4 kilos, 8 pounds after writing the article. Then I plateaued. Then I got a trapped nerve in my neck, which was agony, and that stopped me exercising. However, lo and behold, in the last 3 or 4 weeks, I suddenly shed a load more weight and I hit my target, 75 kilos, 11 stone 8. And the magic bullet, in my opinion, was cider vinegar. I upped my intake from once to 3 times a day. And like Ozempic, it makes you eat less. I take 2 dessert spoons in a glass of water 2 or 3 times a day, and about an hour before I would usually eat seems to work best. I skip meals wherever possible, which is easy because cider vinegar reduces your appetite. I exercise a fair bit and the weight just falls off. Some days I don't take it at all, other days I take it 3 times a day. But cider vinegar is said to have numerous other benefits. Here are some. It lowers blood sugar, it lowers cholesterol, it lowers blood pressure, it's good for your complexion. Look at my beautiful complexion. It kills bacteria, fungi and germs in your stomach. It eases eczema. It eases acid reflux, but don't overdo it first thing in the morning because it's quite acidic first thing in the morning. And it can help your body be more alkaline, which itself is said to help ward off cancer. And it's even, if you use it in your hair, it's even supposed to improve hair health. But because there is no big cider vinegar, nobody's marketing it. And it kind of reminds me of animal fats, tallow and lard, which we've eaten for centuries, suddenly being superseded by heavily marketed and patented industrial oils, rebranded as vegetable oils, with horrific consequences to obesity rates. You can't even buy tallow in your local store. I mean, it's just so common. But there's shelf upon shelf of seed oil. Now, nothing is perfect. Cider vinegar is not great for your teeth, so make sure if you drink it, rinse your mouth out after consuming it. But cider vinegar is dirt cheap. You can take it every day for the rest of your life, should you so wish. There are no nasty side effects, so please, just give it a go before you try Ozempic. And make sure you buy the cider vinegar with the mother. That means it has naturally occurring probiotics that ordinary cider vinegars don't have. And if you're interested in reading about how I managed to get my weight down, I'll put a link to that in the description. But thank you very much for watching. And don't forget my Edinburgh show if you happen to be in that neck of the woods. Please subscribe to the channel and I will be back with another video very soon. Goodbye.